Hello, it's been a while since I made a video here. Probably 4 months or so by now, I suppose. But it's not because I haven't been working on it, as you can see. I mean, this room didn't even exist last time. I one time spent I don't even know how long just trying to get all the maps for this. So you can see the full scope. I mean, this area is lower on my priority list. I'm mostly focusing on this part, but I might go back and do that part later. It depends on how lazy I am. So you can see here the stuff I've done so far. I believe last time I went through here, down this way, and I showed a little bit of like up here. But as you can see, I've made progress since then. And I waited until now to make a video because I wanted to finish the apartments before I recorded something. I don't know, it's just like I wanted to have sort of milestones, goals in my head for when I would update stuff. And I also do have greater plans. I've been thinking I'll make the videos update wise like this, where I show any changes I've made since last time, such as this little hub area thing. I don't really know what I'd call this. Just sort of so I can see all the progress I've made on a larger scale and quickly teleport to locations. But then once I finish a more major area, like for example, once I finish the entirety of like South Vale plus I guess like the hotel area, just the Silent Hill 2 locations and maybe some of the stuff in between like the island there, maybe even the amusement park, but I'll probably do the amusement park afterwards because it's not technically part of the Silent Hill 2 locations. But anyway, point is, once I finish all that stuff, I can go. I'll probably make a video where it's not a commentary thing. It'll just be me doing a sort of tour, kind of like what I did at the end of the previous video, where I just sort of did a little walkabout of the area, so you get like that cool tour thing, just sort of seeing how it looks without me yammering the whole time. But also, of course, once I actually finish this whole thing, I do want to make it available for other people to download and explore, but I'm not going to do that until it's done. I don't want to give people like a half finished version. So, anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I will show what I've done. I'm not going to teleport directly here yet, actually. So, I believe all this stuff we've seen before. There shouldn't be anything really too different here. Going along this way. Well, you'll see there's some more buildings down there. I don't think that was completed before. I just do a quick run back. You will also see there's a big pit here now. It's not the prettiest. It took me forever, and it's kind of ugly, but the whole point of it is just to have a big pit that looks impassable. So no, wrong thing. If I go to shaders and I turn on vertigo here, you will see, once it loads, that it does still have that effect. So it works for my purposes of, you know. It looks like a big weird pit in the ground, and that's good enough. I might not have needed to actually make it this big, but whatever. As long as it does what it needs to do, doesn't matter too much. That area should all be the same, except I finished the wheat field. I don't remember if that was finished the last time I was making the video. So, yeah, this is how it looks with the finished wheat field in case that wasn't already done. I don't remember. So yeah, this should all be the same. So I won't bother doing a whole walkabout of that again. I guess I will start with Sanders Street. Sure, the rest of Sanders Street, because we got a lot of this is just me making buildings. It was not the most exciting. But I tried to, I mean, it was interesting to sort of try to translate all these buildings. That was kind of fun. But there's not a whole lot exciting about it. It's just like, oh wow, a post office that you can't go inside. How fun. However, I do have the Happy Burger here, which I made a little interior for. If I can walk through the door. Just you know, cause I don't think in Silent Hill 2 you can actually enter it. I just thought it would be cool to make because we get to see the interior of one in Silent Hill 3, so, you know. And also, if I go down this way, we got the inside of Neely's bar here. With, you know, even the whole uh nothing really in here, it's just whoa, spooky text. And also, yeah, the weird capitalization is how it was written. I didn't just do that because I felt like it. But I mean, I would say it looks a lot. It looks good having all the buildings because it feels more like an actual place instead of just some random buildings that suddenly end. So we go down this way. And you got the little trailer thing there, which I'll go into in a second. And you can see there's nothing over there yet. I will be building that stuff later. I'm building all the stuff that's actually accessible first, and then I'll go back and fill in the blanks, I guess. So we got that area. Can't go into, it's just there. You got the little trailer, and I included a red carpet here because there's a save point here in game. And I kind of have been indicating where the save points are. Oh, and I've also got this big tunnel here, which when the new copper grates come out, I'll probably start using those instead of iron trapdoors, but the iron trapdoors still work. This place is kind of ominous. It's, you know, pretty repetitive looking, even with night vision on. And I haven't really built anything on the other side yet. And these things, there is actually a big pit that made my stomach drop for a second, which is weird because I built the pit. I should know how deep it goes. It's not actually like infinite or to the void or anything. I thought it looked cooler like this. Actually, hold on. If I guess I could just give myself the night vision effect, but whatever. You get the loud ass drinking noises instead. You can better see what I actually did. So, also you can see the little ceiling there where I got some bricks mixed in. So I left some dirt, and then it goes down into stone. It's sort of a gradient thing, and it goes all the way down, and I think this is, yeah, black concrete to really make it look dark. And then I did that sort of, that cool stained glass thing where it makes it look darker. Now, when I have night vision on, it just looks weird, but in the normal lighting you saw it just kind of looked like it went down forever, and you couldn't really see the bottom. So I think that makes for a pretty cool effect. Maybe unnecessary. I probably didn't need to put that much effort into something that people aren't even really gonna be looking at, but you know, sometimes you do something you did not need to do at all. I do actually like how this turned out. It's very cozy. A lot of the interiors end up feeling kind of small and cozy, but it works. I was particularly worried with the apartments, which I'm excited to show, that I wouldn't be able to fit things nicely, but I'd say for the most part it worked out pretty well. There's like one instance where I'm like, this could have been better, but it's more just the way I built it from the exterior that ended up, you know, coming to bite me in the ass later, and it's not for lack of space. Anyway, more buildings here. I don't really have much to say about most of the buildings. They're just kind of like, yeah, I was looking at the buildings and then recreating them to the best of my ability. This one I've made a top floor here where you can sort of see inside. Uh, and that's just because the way I did the walls here, uh, I used glass panes, and because normal glass looked weird, and if I put concrete behind them like I normally do, it would just look weird. So I was like, oh, I'll just build a second floor up there that you can just barely see exists unless you fly up. But it doesn't really like have a function or anything. It's just cause. And yeah, I've got a little room there. I believe this building doesn't actually exist. I built it because there was an extra amount of space in between these two buildings than there should have been, so I kind of just slapped that in there to fill the gap without having to elongate one of the buildings weirdly. I don't remember for sure though, but I seem to recall running into that a few times. Oh yeah, and you've got this here where the window doesn't even have glass, it's just a hole. It's also kind of interesting because, like, for example, when I walk down this street, I mean, this is one I built more recently, but I very can vividly remember that I was listening to like creepypasta and scary story readings while I was making this, and I can still remember that every time I come to this area. It's just the random stuff I was listening to while working on it. In fact, in particular, when I was working on this section, I was going through a playlist made by a YouTuber called The Librarian, who is really good, by the way. He makes a lot of the kind of stuff that I really like, so if you're looking for stuff that's like my general vein, but like 10 times better, definitely check out his stuff. Anyway, I'm not like trying to be a plug here, I'm just saying, as a relation to what I'm rambling about here, he had in his playlist of story readings, there was one where he read like an entire novel and it was like 2 hours long, and I just put that on while I worked on this part. And I didn't even, I think I was working on this building, so I was probably doing this side while doing it, and then maybe part of this side, because I know when I was working on this building, I was listening to some just the video game related creepypastas. I don't know why I remember all those specific details. It doesn't matter. I just think it's kind of funny how you can remember those weird specific things. But oh yeah, now we're on this street here. Oh, and I guess I never showed you this side street. It's not that interesting. It's just some buildings, you know, garage type things, storage units, whatever. We've got another one here. More storage units. A little, I don't know, thing. Lots of garbage. I think there was maybe it wasn't here, but there was a place where I remember there was supposed to be a car, and I tried to build it, and it just looked so bad that I was just like, no, I'm getting rid of this, and I just tore it down. Yeah, there's a building here which gets eaten by the abyss. So, you know, awesome. And if I go down here, this meets back up with the street I was on earlier that I already have shown you guys before. Lindsay Street, apparently. I try to put down the street names just so I remember what stuff is in relation to the actual map. But even though I don't think the street signs are there in game, did I did I show up all that? Yeah, I went down that street, went down that street, down the street, and that street, and the side street. Yeah, that is pretty much all of what I need to show. It's weird. It feels like I've been working on the buildings for so long, it feels like there should have been more there, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's only a couple streets worth of buildings. It just takes a while to make them all, which is funny. Anyway, we're reaching the apartments already, which is surprising. Now I'm glad that I did the apartments in the same video, because at one point I was considering doing the apartments in their own video later, because I wasn't sure how long it would take me to finish them. But now I'm like, okay, well, if I had just done the streets, it would have been really boring. Anyway, got that door there, which, yeah, it's just a door, I guess. And this is the apartments. Got the garbage chute there, which I still love that there's a reference to Walter Sullivan in here that you find that is like completely innocuous. You don't really think much of it, and then he ends up being a major character in one of the later games. And I'm sure that was not planned at the time, but it is still pretty fun. So, got some balconies. So I should mention, so the process of building this thing, I mean, for one thing, it's freaking huge. Like, look at that compared to most of the other buildings. It's massive. But my general process for building this thing was I started by making like the outline of it based on what you could see of the exterior from the outside. And then I used the actual map of the interior a lot and relied on that. So I tried to prioritize the interior a lot of times, but sometimes I'd prioritize the exterior. It kind of depended on the situation. But like if I fly around this thing, where that later, fly around this thing, you can see it's all brick from the outside, and there's all these windows and balconies. And generally, I would say it feels like it makes sense as a layout of a building. Also, these are windows. I use tinted glass, which tinted glass is great. I should be using it more. Also, I believe this part is impassable, and that's why that's there in game. It's just like, oh no, you can't go past that point. Anyway, we're inside here. We got a little save point there. This is where you find the map, I believe. That makes sense. Get some weird lighting stuff because I use slabs for the roof, but doesn't really matter that much. Here. And there's this courtyard back here, which you don't get to access until later, but I'll show it off now just because I can do things out of order. Got a little bench. I also remember the stuff I was listening to when I was working on this part, but I'm not going to go on and on about that. This is supposed to be a little hot tub, I think. And I remember in the actual game, there's like a little baby carriage thing in the middle where you find one of the coins, I think? Got this little thing. I mean, can't really, oh yeah, you can kind of fit under it. Where you just relaxing. And this big wall. And that's the other apartment that's directly adjacent, which is kind of cool. So if you live there, you also get a view of this building, or this courtyard, backyard thing. Although I don't know if people living there would actually be allowed access to it. I don't know how that works. Anyway. And this goes into here, which has another door that leads out here, which when I was flying around the building, you could see another section that had balconies and it was there. Hold on, if I just break this for a second. Yeah, you can see it goes out here. I might build this out to look like an actual courtyardy area since you never see it in game. But again, I'm building stuff focusing on what you can actually see first. And then, I did not think this through. Wait. Oh wait, I know what I can do. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm building stuff based off the stuff you can see first, and then if there's spots that I think are weird, I will fill them in. Sometimes I kind of end up doing it as I go, depending on the situation. But anyway, I will be coming back to the area, but not presently. I want to start with the second floor because I don't know, quirky. Oh, that's right. Also, this place is very dark because you're meant to have a flashlight while you're using it, so I will be using my torch with the power of Optifine as a flashlight. I mean, there are windows, but again, the tinted glass makes it so they don't really do a whole lot, which is the purpose. It's supposed to feel dark. So you got a little laundry room here. Each floor has one. Start from this side. Got 202. Wow, I actually just picked a room that worked immediately. As you can see, there's boards blocking that door. Go in here. I used Elytra because there's all these like moths and butterflies like on the wall and stuff and on the floor. And you've got the weird hole in the wall that you can stick your hand into. Also, these are like little closets. Actually, maybe these ones are meant to be doors. I don't know, because I put the black concrete in the back, which is normally what I do if it's supposed to go somewhere, but you don't get to see it. But normally I use these for closet doors because they have that same slatted thing going on. I don't know. Anyway, got the weird little cages that I used monster spawners for, which is actually worked out pretty well. I don't know why I never thought to use monster spawners before. See more of them here. Oh yeah, and this actually opens, but doesn't really go anywhere. And a tiny little kitchen, which I didn't even add a fridge. That's a common theme. I just forgot that fridges existed in a lot of them. And you'll see a very similar layout to this, which is cool. Like, a lot of them do have similar layouts, which makes it feel more like, you know, an actual building. And then this one, you can't even, there's not even a door, it's just blocked off. And this goes into the other apartment, but I'll be showing that afterwards. So, I don't really have an actual, oh yeah, that doesn't go anywhere. I don't have an actual route planned out for this. I'm sort of just going through the floors and all that. Oh yeah, here's 205. This is where you find the mannequin that has Mary's outfit on it and you get the flashlight. So technically, I should have been wandering the halls without a torch until I got here if I wanted to be more accurate, but whatever. That one doesn't go anywhere. And this one, well, it's not supposed to go anywhere, but I built that for some reason. That's blocked off. Got a blank mannequin there. At first I gave these ones mannequin heads, but then I noticed, looking back at it, the mannequins didn't have heads. So, yeah, I just used custom heads for that, which I kind of forgot existed. Also, this one has a surprisingly spacious kitchen, but I still forgot the fridge. I'm a genius. Maybe Silent Hill lore, no one has fridges except for when they do. I don't know. Oh, 210. This also is a room that exists, and the kitchen is on this side for some reason. And again, it has no fridge. I'll love to see how many of them actually have fridges. Oh, I never even blocked this one up. You can just stand out here if you want to. Technically, you could even jump over the railing, but I wouldn't recommend that. Here. And yeah, you got weirdly long closets. I don't know who designed those. Bedroom. Yeah, I don't know why I never blocked that one up, but I might just leave it like that because it is kind of weird that you can just go out there. So. And yeah, that also blocked off. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of squishy, but I think that works. And I mean, it is a pretty narrow hallway in the actual game, so I'm not being, you know, disingenuous with that one. And there's the other staircase, which you can't access from this floor. Probably should have done the other hallway and then come out and done this hallway, but whatever. So got 206. This one feels extra claustrophobic because of the windows. Oh, this one I left the door open. That's kind of creepy, actually. And that's where you first see Pyramid Head standing over there. Well, I don't know if that's the first time you see him, but I think it is, because it feels pretty iconic in my brain. Anyway, this is 208, which I left the door open for some reason. Weird little closet. Another weird little closet. Another kitchen where I forgot to add a fridge. A phone that I thought was a med kit for a second. A little TV, which is, you find a dead body there at one point that just kind of spawns, but it looks like James. Yeah. Okay, this one I think I left these open on purpose. And yeah, this is the one with the clock puzzle where I didn't make it an actual working puzzle because I'm not a command wizard. So it's just already pushed over. So you can get in. And yeah, I blocked off that one. See, I think that one room was the only one where I didn't block off that. I mean, it's blocked off. You can just walk through, but you know, you get the vibe. And this is another save point thing that's on a little thingy, so I just did that. And another tiny kitchen with no fridge. It's the no fridge saga. Alright. So this, well, we can either go up or down. I guess I'll go up first, and I'll go down later. And yeah, you get to see some of that weird lighting because of the slabs, but 309 does not work. 308 does not work. 307. Aha! No fridge. This one feels very empty. Oh yeah, this is where Pyramid Head is. That's probably why the room feels so empty, because Pyramid Head is like the only notable thing that happens in this room. Maybe there's supposed to be other stuff in here and I just didn't get a good look at it. I might have to go back and check later, but Oh, this one's a wall. 303 is also a room. Once again, no fridge. Keeping up that streak. And another open door. Every time I see open doors, it weirds me out, even though I know I'm the one that left the doors open, and I probably did it on purpose. Tiny ass bathroom. And just... Actually, I think that's supposed to be open, that's why it's like that. Little bedroom. Chances are, if these are rooms that exist, they would have had some item in them. Oh yeah, here's another little thing here. And iron bar, so I can't check out the rest of that. I'll have to go back around, which I should have considered when I was planning this out. I guess technically I'm touring as I would have if I was making the finished thing. Oh yeah, there's also no... That's not there on the 3rd floor. So yeah, if I go down... So yeah, I guess I'm going down here. And yeah, I can't go to the 2nd floor through this staircase. But I can go to the 1st floor, which doesn't have a door. I guess the door broke. 105. Yeah, I don't think any of these go anywhere. You just find something at the end of the hallway. Yep. However, I can go out here. Oh my gosh, it feels so bright now. I can go back through here. And I'm gonna go back up to the 3rd floor to check out the section I couldn't reach, and then we'll look at the 1st floor properly. 302. 301. Oh, that is also bad. Yeah. No fridge again. This is supposed to be a little shopping cart thing, I think, where you find something in there. I don't know why I built it specifically when there's other details I didn't build, but don't worry about that. My logic is inconsistent at best. Alright, 1st floor time. Ba-na. So, already seen this courtyard. But now we are giving this area a proper look. 102. Nope. 103. Nope. 104. Aha. And yeah, no fridge. Okay, well yeah, obviously these aren't meant to go anywhere. Yeah. This room's a whole lot on nothing. You probably just find something here. And yeah, the staircase is accessible from here. Ah. Hate to be facing a creature in this hallway. 101. That's supposed to be blocked off? I don't remember. I will have to check. I might have forgot to connect it back up, but I think it is actually supposed to be blocked off. It's got a little TV there. Yep, no fridge, as expected. Oh, an actual bathroom with like a... Wow, that's surprising. Maybe this is the room where you find Eddie and that's why. I don't recall, but that's probably why. Alright. Well, oops. Let me just... Wait, I think I already explored the 1st floor and the other one, did I? But keep missing. I will check. My memory is amazing, as you can tell. Oh, yeah, I already went down there. So I guess that's all the accessible areas here? So I actually am just going up to the second floor now and jumping across to the other one. Just step across and bam. In another building with a bathroom. We don't talk about this bathroom. And a safe. Oh my god, a fridge! That's actually amazing. Apparently this building gets fridges and the other one doesn't. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't even know why I checked that one. And that's the stairs, so I would check that. Another little laundry room. 5. Okay, that one not accessible at all. 209. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, and this is the one case where, see, normally you just are able to walk right across, but because of the way that I was doing the exterior, it didn't really work, so you just could do like this, and yeah, you can go in here and like save and stuff. So yeah, that's a bit of a weirdness, but yeah, I think it's fine. Oh yeah, and this is the room. Oh, I forgot to block this off. You're not supposed to be able to see that. Oopsie. I mean, hey, at least this is stuff that I'm being aware of, so when I'm doing my proper, like my fancy tour later on, it'll look better. Oh yeah, we'll go in there later. That's for the end. This doesn't go anywhere. You can't go outside, but there is an outside there. I started building some of that stuff out, even though I was planning to do that later, but I just wanted to make it look decent. I couldn't resist. Yeah, a lot of these doors don't do anything. Typical Silent Hill fashion, most of these doors are useless. But, oh yeah, again, same kind of thing. 105. There's a puzzle thing here, but that was the best I could do. And that's supposed to be the door that was knocked down, I believe. Oh my god, another fridge. See, this one gets fridges. The other one didn't. I don't know why this place gets fridge privilege, but whatever. This is, oh yeah, 109. Oh, this one doesn't get a fridge. Okay, I see how it is. Oh yeah, this is the room where you meet Angela. And see, I have the whole mirrored room here, but you don't have a reflection. And I considered trying to figure out some command block stuff to have like an armor stand that follows you on the other side when you're in this room. And then I could have also had that in the Brookhaven Hospital mirror room. But, I spent a while trying to figure it out, and I found some tutorials, but it was all for like older versions of the game, and they've changed commands since then. And I was trying to figure out how to do it, but I eventually gave up. So this is the best we get. I mean, I still think it looks cool. Like when I walked in here, I was like, wow. That sounds self-centered. I just mean like I was like, oh wow, this actually looks better than I thought it did. I think the tinted glass actually makes for a decent looking mirror too. Anyway, I'm not gonna just stare at that all day. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. And there's that door which you can't access from here. Did I go down this section of the hallway? Let me just check. Sure. Oops. Well, there's nothing down this way anyway, which is probably why I didn't, because I subconsciously remembered that. And we go up the staircase, back up to the second floor, and now I will go over the wrong way. Now I will go over to this door, which is the staircase, which you may recognize, even if it's not the best, as the area where you fight Pyramid Head, aka you run back and forth like 5 billion times until he goes away because I'm too lazy to waste ammo on him. Or unless you have to, but I'm pretty sure you literally can just run back and forth for a while and eventually he just goes away. And then I do that so I don't have to waste ammo on him. Anyway, after he does, the water drains and you're able to go down here, which lets you exit. Do a little staircase down like so. As you can see, I'm only just started on this area, so there isn't really much here yet. I still have to fix the levels of everything, including this stuff, and build buildings. And see, I started on this from the outside here, but I didn't. I don't know what I'm gonna do here yet, because this whole thing was like over more compared to what the thing thought it should be. So I actually had to move this over, and this is where the Baldwin Mansion is, I believe. So we'll see how that goes when I get to that. Hopefully it still works okay, because I did have to scooch stuff over. And this I'll probably just do more like, you know, courtyardy stuff like I did here, where I kind of just made something up to make this area look nice, because you can't really see it very well in game, so I just kind of guessed. And yeah, this is just on the other side of this. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, this is how this looks from the outside. You've got the balconies and the windows, which is, see, why I couldn't have them directly connect, because otherwise I would have had to flip the balcony situation on this side, which, I mean, I'd already built it out and I didn't want to have to rebuild the whole thing on this part just for that, so I just kind of did a weird little rickety path across instead. I think that works okay. Really, you know, you live and learn. I mean, the only reason I did the exterior like that is because I was looking at references for this area and I could see this, so I kind of just carried that design over to the other side as well, because I figured that would make sense and it looks good, so, you know. Also, oh yeah, also, this little thing here is solely so that I could have the mirrored room. Originally there was just like a little patch there with some grass and stuff, but it perfectly fit the mirrored section of the room. So that's why there's an extra window here, because it's just the mirrored section. But I think it looks fine from the outside and kind of gives it that extra tiny bit of dimension, so I'm not going to complain. Anyway, this felt surprisingly short. I think it's weird because, I mean, it's something I've been working on for a while, and the progress feels so short in comparison. But I guess I have to remember that these aren't small buildings. Like, it kind of makes sense that it takes me a while to make this or this whole street, because there's like, you're not just randomly building these boxes and detailing them. You're actively referencing the existing buildings and trying to figure out what materials to use and what the scale is and blah blah blah. And also there was the time I spent making this monstrosity, which could probably be better honestly, but I'm just going with it. I don't think anyone's gonna care that much how good a hole in the ground looks, as long as it does the job of being a hole in the ground. So yeah, I suppose the next milestone will probably be a hospital. Like when I build, so obviously I'm going to be going back to building the streets now that I've done this area. So I'll be building out, you know, this part, the the park, the street, whatever. I don't know if you can reach that stuff, so we'll see. I'll be doing more blowing up of big sections in the earth for depending on what's needed. So yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of building out these roads and buildings, like finally connecting up this thing, figuring out the boundaries. Oh yeah, and there's some road that hasn't even been built as road yet. And that's where we've got stuff like Heaven's Night and bowling in the hospital. And then further down, we got the Historical Society, the boat launch, the prison. That'll be interesting. Going across the big lake. This lake is bigger than than some Minecraft oceans, honestly. Oh yeah, there's the little island there, which I think is you see it in. I think you see it in the Rebirth ending. There's like a church there, so I might build the church from Silent Hill 3 there, just cause. Since we don't, and then just make it so that it's somehow accessible through the amusement park. Otherworld bullshit. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And this is where the hotel is gonna be. And I don't remember what some of these buildings are. But then the amusement park is that big area there. Which I don't know why there's trees. I must have done something weird with World Painter while I was setting up the world that caused that. I don't know. And yeah, this just takes me back here. And then I have a little teleport to the hub so that I can easily access this. There's probably a better way than having it so that I have to die to get back here, but I'm too lazy to, like, I don't know. I don't know a better method. So yeah, anyway, this is all that I've built so far. And the plan is, oh yeah, I also did build out that road more, but I didn't bother showing it because it's boring. It's just a road. Anyway, yeah, this is all I've done so far, and I'm hoping to make more progress on, this area. Well, this whole area. However much of it I end up doing. And we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, I guess it's sort of I worked on the east side and now I'm working on the west side is the deal of it. And this section, I don't know. We'll see what happens to this section later. Sorry, I don't know if that picked that up. That was a notification I got. Don't worry about it. Uh, and I guess I'll also end up building out these roads eventually, but yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how long it'll be till the next one. Probably another couple of months, depending on how much time I have to work on this and how much time I feel like working on this and how long it takes to make stuff. But, yeah, it'll be cool to keep making updates like this. Sorry, I know this is mostly just me rambling while walking around, but I hope it's at least somewhat interesting to see the progress of this thing. So, I should probably just end this already. I will see you in my next video, hopefully, which is probably just going to be another Silent Hill Let's Play one, since I was the due for one of those, and then, well, I was focused on this. So, yeah, I'll see you when I see you, hopefully.